Well, how fun was that? Listen, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about science, and I think a lot of bit about policies and communication challenges. I want to just begin by thanking Bloomberg Philanthropies as well as Vanity Fair for pulling this together. And I want to thank in particular Mayor Peduto. You know, I do a lot of international travel to try to convince people that not everybody in the United States has gone off the rails. That's a perfect example. Although there are a select few who are totally unhinged, the rest of us sort of connect with reality. And we're doing good things. And I want you all to know that we are still in. And I want to thank Mayor Bloomberg for his personal commitment to actually make sure that we can take action even when the federal government is asleep. In the United States of America, we are a we of and by the people. That's what our government is all about. And we work at every level to try to make sure that we meet the needs of the people in our country. And Mayor Peduto is a great example of where much of the energy and enthusiasm is happening today. So let me begin first by talking a little bit about climate science. First of all, I will admit to you that I do not believe in climate change. I also do not believe in climate change, because climate change isn't a belief system. It's actually science. It is fact. You don't stand up and say, I believe in cancer, or I don't believe in cancer. It just exists. You have to understand that climate change is real. So what I need to do is get you a little bit interactive here. You're going to do a little exercise for me. Now, the annoying thing is people usually say, I don't believe in climate change. And they do it, I think, a bit to be annoying and controversial, but I'm tired of it. There is no legitimate reason to even bring this issue up. It's what we do about it that we need to talk about, not the fact that climate change is happening. So this is what we're going to do. Every time someone comes up to you and says, I don't believe in climate change, you need to do three things, and you're going to say them after me. Three little quick facts. Climate change is real. Man-made emissions are causing it. Which is why women need to rule the world. Repeat that after me. I know that I'm a little bit preaching to the choir here, but isn't talking to the fashion industry about women needing to rule the world the thing to do? Because actually, I'm not even kidding. Look at the midterm elections in the United States. We're taking over, so be prepared. We're not going to keep talking about climate denial. We're not keep questioning the science. We're not going to attack our scientists. We're going to look at what it says. We're going to deal with it, and we're going to move forward because we are going to take action. Because we know that climate change is important to take action, not because it's about the planet. Yes, it is about the planet, but essentially, it's about what it means for our own health and safety today. It's about what it means for our children and our grandchildren. It's time to stop thinking about climate change as a problem that we can't fix or that isn't bothering us today, but it might bother us in 2050 or 2100. It is bothering us today. I was in San Francisco when those fires were raging. People in San Francisco were wearing masks just to walk along the streets. This is not right, folks. We have to stop fooling around and pay attention to the science. And we have to put a face on climate change. What I mean by that is everybody has to realize that climate change is impacting our lives today. We know that it impacts our health. I've worked for 45 years in the health field, working on public health protection. I don't believe that climate change is about polar bears. I love polar bears, so don't start sending me nasty emails. We should protect them. But for me, It's about my new grandson that was just born in August. That's my face of climate change. That's why today is important. That's why we have to act. Because my grandson deserves, when he's 32 years old in 2050, to not have to worry about projections on climate change. He needs to be assured that we have met our moral responsibility and handed him a future that is as vibrant and vital as our parents handed to us. We need to embrace this challenge moving forward and put a face on it. And for all the times I've worked in public health, and I've tried to address the pollution that is preventing us from being healthy, I see climate change as nothing but carbon pollution. If we could clean up the pollution in Pittsburgh and move to have Pittsburgh a leader on climate change, then this is not beyond our reach to fix. Far from it. So I am tired of whining. I am tired of moping. I am tired of trying to motivate people by scaring the heck out of them. I actually want you to embrace a low-carbon future, because the change we're looking for is better for our health today, and it is better for our economy today. It is better for national security for each and every one of us today if we take action on climate change. It is a future we should be running towards, not afraid to admit is our future if we don't act today. We have the science. Sure, the International Panel on Climate Change put out a report that is a very big wake-up call. They told us that they are seeing changes that they hadn't predicted would happen for quite a while, that we have less time to fix it, that the changes we're seeing are bigger and quicker than ever before, and they are demanding that we take action. But you know what they also said? They said that we have the technology, the science, the economic means to actually address this challenge. What we fail to have, folks, is political will. And when you looked at the National Climate Assessment that the U.S. did to look at the damage that we're seeing already in different regions of the United States, that should get us some political will. Because we are seeing the health consequences today. We are seeing the heat stress, the droughts, the floods, the fires. We are seeing communicable diseases that we've never seen in the United States of America that only used to happen in tropical climates. We have to get real, folks. That was a wake-up call to all of us. But the National Climate Assessment said one more thing. It says not only is it real and it's a challenge and it's happening and it's impacting our health today, it also said that in order to fix this, we need to actually invest money. But what if you don't try to invest that money today, it is going to cost you so much more. At least twice as much. So anybody that tells you that we don't have the money to tackle it is not thinking about the way in which today we already invest in our infrastructure. We invest every year. The question is, how do we invest it? How do we think about investing that in infrastructure of the future, in our energy infrastructure, our transportation, our buildings? We have to understand that this is not just a call to arms, but a call to all of us, including the business sector, to start thinking about investing not just today, but tomorrow. That's what this conference is all about. So we know already that across the world, 9 million people die every year from pollution. 7 million of them from air pollution, which is going to get worse in a changing climate. And we need to understand that that pollution is not an equal opportunity killer. It always attacks the most vulnerable, our elderly and our kids. And the same thing with the carbon pollution that is fueling climate change. Of those 9 million people, 93% of them are from middle and low-income countries. If you care about social justice and equity, then care about climate change. If you want to keep your children healthy, care about climate change. If you want food that's nutritious, that's bountiful, where we can feed all the people that we anticipate to be in this country in 2050, then think about climate change. And let's stop being afraid. Let's drive solutions into the market. Let's everybody work together to make this work. Do you know there was a new report done by some of the IPCC climate scientists, and it was distributed by the Global Covenant for Mayors of Climate and Energy, and that said that mayors can be a driver for change. We can have more Mayor Peduto standing up and defending our lives and our future. They can help us understand exactly what mayors need to think about for the solutions of today and tomorrow. No, I do not believe in climate change. I do not believe in climate change, but I'll tell you what I do believe in. I believe in the human spirit. I believe that if we work together, we will demand the political leadership that we need for a bright future. I believe in us, and I will not let my grandson down. Thank you very much.